everybody. Welcome to Dirty Thursday, brought to you by River City Speedway. Oh, yeah, there we go. Along with my co-host, Stephen Lewis, today we have got NOSA Race Director Amanda Jo Enright in the studio again. And better late than never, driver of the number 13 NOSA Sprint Car, Mark Dobmeier, will be showing up here soon, I hope.
We'll start him one row back for being late to staging.
There you go. There you go. And quick question for you. Let's see how quick you are. Let's see if you can answer. How many times for Amanda Jo on the show now?
18.
18 times. Our show, by the way, brought to you today by Executive Properties. Are you still putting off that project around the house that's been bugging you forever? Do you think you can wait until spring and call a contractor and have the work done ASAP? Well, good luck with that. Executive Properties has openings right now to get that project done. In fact, you can check out their Google reviews. Aaron says Chris and his team did a spectacular job on the damage to my aunt's garage and siding. Kept us up to date on the progress, and the finished product was amazing. Thank you for your professionalism and hard work. Hey, get that project done sooner than later. Call Executive Properties, 701-330-1273. And Executive Properties is now taking reservations for snow removal. And I don't even like to hear that word because I got snow that needs removal at my house right now. Speaking of phone numbers, if you have any questions or comments for myself, Stephen Lewis, Mark Dobmeier, or Amanda Jo Enright, feel free to call or text. Our number here at the studio at Grand Forks Best Source, 701-213-0863. Yep, there we go. Before we get too busy and too deep into the show, let's do it. It's our daily segment. It is called Jokes My Neighbor Tells Me. Here we go. Jokes My Neighbor Tells Me. What do you call a Christmas wreath made out of $100 bills? What do you call a Christmas tree made out of $100 bills?
Wreath or tree?
A Christmas wreath made out of $100 bills.
Okay. I still don't know the answer. I just wanted to make sure.
Aretha Franklin's.
Okay, you know what? That's actually not too bad. That's not
Aretha
too bad.
Franklin's. There we go.
That's not too bad. Especially the way you sold it to us before we went live. So,
well, thank you very much. A couple of things I want to talk about. They had the big meeting, and we can all jump in if you want. Big meeting last night between the Fair Board and the racetrack ownership group. All I'm going to say about this is Terry Bierke, you're a godsend. One more thing is Diane Knopf. What is her gig? Fair Board used to be county commissioner. Now, if you guys remember, by the way, Shwani, we have been banned on YouTube for 2 weeks, so you might have to change. Hold on.
I will upload this on YouTube. We will have this up on YouTube in a few days.
Okay. Yeah. So it's not on YouTube right now, Shwani. You're going to have to go check us out on one of the many, many other platforms. We talked too bad about the jab again the other day about the anyway.
I thought I was too ugly for television. Maybe
No.
It seemed like a bit of a coincidence. I come on and then we're not on YouTube, so you never know.
You're looking fine, Stephen Lewis. You're looking fine. Actually, anytime you talk about the vaccination or whatever they want to call it, they ban us, and we got in trouble again. But getting back to Diane Knopf, she used to be a county commissioner. She is on the Fair Board. Now, if you recall going back a couple of years ago when the pandemic was hitting and they wanted to have the restrictions at the racetrack and all of that, she's the one that came out and said, well, most race fans are obese and diabetic, is what she said. Yeah, well, that's what she said. And it was publicly because I drug her out and threw her under the bus about 15 times back then, too. But that is what she said. Now, here's the deal. She is like being the thorn in everybody's side here. I don't think she's ever been to the racetrack. I think she's just mad because she can hear it from her house down at Riverside Park area. And I'm guessing that's why she is so mad. But she just doesn't seem to think that we need a racetrack here. And my opinion is, well, for one thing, not too many people go to the fair anymore. But they flock to the Marshall County Fair in Warren. They flock to the Polk County Fair in Fertile. But we can't get people here with a population of 75,000 people or whatever we have. I got a feeling if that track fails or if they shut that track down, there will be no more fair. It would be just a matter of time. Now, I got that off my chest. Amanda Jo Enright, how are you?
I'm great.
Great. How you been?
Really good.
Haven't seen you in a while.
I know.
What's the race? What's the off season treating you like? Are you bored yet?
No, I'm never bored in the off season. I have 2 kids.
Well, no, that's true. Now,
3 counting Sean.
Oh yeah, 3.
okay,
3 kids.
is he done racing? Because I saw that he had his stuff for sale, or was he just having a bad day and decided
No.
he was going to post it and see what happens?
Not a bad day.
Okay.
Family decision. After last summer, we really thoroughly enjoyed camping.
Yeah, because you guys now you have a camper,
Yes.
and you were going out and about all over the place.
Yes,
Okay.
I've already booked like 4 or 5 different trips for next year. Sean said that he asked Hallie and Hudson first if it was okay if he put the car up for sale, and they said yeah. They were not upset. You can shut it off. They were not upset by any means, but Hallie's like, oh well, how about I race? I was like, no, the plan is to go more camping. And she's like, okay. So if it sells, it sells. If it doesn't, he'll probably do a little bit here and there. But
Okay.
he just said he doesn't have time
Yeah.
between, doing tech stuff for NLSA, doing the NOSA
Sure.
stuff, trying to race, having a full-time job, 2 kids, camping, all that kind of stuff. He just kind of is like, I want to spend time with family. We all know kids grow up fast.
Right, and when I introduced you as NOSA Race Director, I forgot to add the NLSA Race Director in there too. Seth, hello everyone. Nick Curtis, 4 accounting Stephen.
Yep,
thanks,
he is
Sean. I'll have
correct.
to figure out how to send to my big screen. Good morning all from Nick. There we go. So would it be a possibility if he did dabble with it a little bit? You said, does your daughter maybe want to get in the car?
So funny. We were driving yesterday home from, I don't remember where, and she's like, Mom, how would you feel that since I'm going to be 14 in April, that when test and tune start and Dad still has his car, could I test and tune?
Oh, there you go.
I was like, that's a question for your dad.
That's
It's his car.
geez, okay. Now think about it. Go back in time. How many people do you know got their start test and tuning?
My husband.
Yeah. How about this guy over here? How about Mark Dobmeier? I mean, besides the go-kart thing.
Pretty much everyone.
Yeah. Oh, and one more thing I did want to add. The reason being, if you're looking on social media, folks, and you see racetracks, local racetracks are already coming out with their schedule for next year, but we have not at River City Speedway. A lot of it has to do with this crap going on with the fair boards. So hopefully I didn't make any of them too mad at me, but... Anyway, before we get going too far, the first picks that we have been getting bugged about, well, not bugged about, but people have been wanting to see Stephen Lewis in his stint in a sprint car.
Yay.
And I think we might have a couple of pictures there. Let's see what we can find out. Okay, now that, I think, is the car you did race.
Yep, that's the car, for sure. Yep, that's the car.
Oh.
Oh, go back.
What's that?
You want me to go back here?
No, that's good. Let's see what you got here.
Update there.
Yeah, that's Corey Palm's car.
Oh, that's the one that you
That's from the mechanics race.
Oh, okay, so you were in that car too.
That's where it all started. I love this picture.
I do too because I don't remember it.
I think your brain was elsewhere at
We
that
talked
time.
a couple days later, and she was just like, I was the first one in the car. I was like, when?
Yeah, Mike Speaker caught that picture.
Now, I totally understand Travis Strandell now. I was like, what do you mean you were the first one of the race car? Like, I didn't remember. I had no idea.
All right, there we got an action photo.
Look how fast you're going.
I know you can tell by the picture. You're just zooming. Everything is blurred behind you.
That's how good Mike is. He can make even
Going a million miles an hour.
he can make even a speed walk. Look
Is that on a half mile?
So, exactly right. I think that's Alexandria. That's a 5A. I think.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, look at that action shot.
Nice.
Thanks to Eric Gio for the rookie tape there.
Oh, there we go. We'll save that one for later. I think we know who that is. Anyway, Chris, good morning. Corey Litton, hey, everybody. Got Mike, Nick, and myself tuned in from Superior Custom Signs and Wraps. Just finished up with the banners for the NOSA banquet. Hi, Amanda. And, I had my chance to go up there yesterday. My wife was at the hospital from 8 o'clock in the morning till 8 o'clock last night, and we had 5 shows to do yesterday. So I couldn't go, but I did want to hook up with some of these people, so that would have been fun. One thing I do want to talk about. Let's talk about this now. I was kind of hoping the other board member would be here, but
Mark.
yeah, Mark.
That
Banquet, NOSA banquet's coming up Saturday. Let's talk a little bit about that. I'm stoked because I got called out early of the one last year. And I was just about to have a lot more fun than I was already having, but and it was unfortunate. But let's talk about the banquet. Give us the who's, what's, when's, and where's.
Well, so members meeting will be it's at Northern Air. Members meeting is from 5 to 6. Kind of goes over a little bit. Then between 6 and 7 we usually eat. And then we'll do awards from 7 to 8, and then 8 to 10 we are going to throw some axes and do some go-kart racing.
Did you run any of the karts last year or anything?
No.
Okay.
I would never race against any of those guys.
Oh, really?
Well, I watched what Jade did to his then fiance. Put her stuffed her right in the wall. Didn't even blink.
Wait a minute.
I think I would be a little bit safer than them than racing with Adrian Speaker. But we'll see.
Yeah.
She's not afraid to run a 9-year-old into the wall every once in a while. So.
That's funny because I went go-karting with Paula in South Dakota. She got kicked off the track.
Oh yeah,
Was that in Aberdeen?
Yep, in Aberdeen.
Same. We almost got almost got thrown out of there
They turned
too.
her cart down and told her to get off.
Last time I was in a go-kart was on a cruise ship, and I think we were in Alaska, and I got screamed at because I moved somebody out of the way. And I told him, I said, the guy won't get out of my way. He's too slow.
Well, isn't it
I don't care.
rubbing is racing?
Well, yeah, that's the way I look at
I
it.
felt like I kept getting the crappy cart the one day we were down in Aberdeen or whatever. I finally get the good one. It's red and it's number 71. And I'm like, all right, that's a good omen, right? Start up front and I'm running good and whatever. Coming up on this kid and Adrian goes by both of us, uses him as the turn, and that's pretty much all she wrote.
Nice.
So.
You mentioned Jade Hastings knocking his, then fiance into the wall. Congratulations to Jade and Bryce. Now they are married.
It's not easy to pass a Langerid, so I know. Any chance you get, you got to take it. So
Yeah, it's interesting with that thing because it's not based on how cars you pass; it's your time, how fast you are.
Oh, sure.
But I get with race car drivers, they just want to pass everybody.
Right.
So
right.
after their second heat, they figured it out. Mm-hmm. It was pretty fun. We got some good photos of them going 3 wide down the track.
Yeah.
Backwards. It was awesome.
So now walk through how these banquets go, because you mentioned the meeting first.
Yeah.
And I have sat through some of these partially because they're not short usually. It is it turned, and I'm gonna be honest, and hopefully I don't ruffle any feathers, but it's a big bitch session. Mm-hmm. And everybody, get it out now.
Yeah.
That way you've got still the rest of the off season to figure things out. But is that usually what happens, or are you maybe thinking or expecting that to happen, or do you think the year went pretty good and there won't be a whole lot of complaining?
Honestly, I think our
Or
year
questions, I should say.
I think our year went really good. As far as I have the drivers send in their agenda meeting items. I really didn't get much back from them. We usually go over any rule changes. We try to stay with what the Outlaws are doing.
Sure.
Slocum's going to do a little chat on that about what the changes are, and those are things that as the Outlaws change, we will vote on it as the year goes on. We can make rule changes at any point in our rule book. We don't have a lot of rule changes. I think we're just going to talk about scheduling and where we're at on that. There's some exciting stuff coming up with scheduling already. I've been busy with that. Last year I kind of took a step back, so I didn't really do much scheduling, but I already started scheduling races at the end of September. I was already getting calls to do stuff. I was just on the phone last night with the track, so we're getting phone calls.
The big question, do you have everything to make me sound as good as you always do?
Oh, that was written last week.
And I've said this before, between you, and who else? Ryan Flayton. I'm just the guy that just puts the message out there. You guys are the ones that make me sound as good. Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
It takes a village, and you guys are awesome at what you do. With the rules and things like that, what have been some of the big changes lately? I know, was there a fire suppression deal that the Outlaws had a couple years ago?
Yeah, fire suppression came in 2 years ago. We still we kind of went with all the other groups like IRA and USITS and all them in Knoxville are all highly recommended, not mandatory.
Okay. Well, can you race with the Outlaws if you don't have that?
No.
Okay.
Theirs is mandatory.
Okay.
There was some tire changes last year with medium that we introduced. Was that last year or the year before? 2 years ago?
Late
2 years ago, middle of the season. That was kind of a heated thing because we didn't want to screw over Performance Auto because they had a bunch of our tires still on.
Sure.
We just wanted to kind of deplete our current stock.
Basically, had to burn off everything that was already there.
Right, okay.
Yeah, so we introduced that. That was a little bit when we made it through that just fine. Kind of what I know, so it's PRI this weekend, that performance, whatever it is. What is it, performance?
I forget what it stands for, to be honest. But yeah, that is this weekend.
Anyway, so
in
it's like
Indianapolis.
Oh, yeah.
Where they all get together. So, few things,
Donnie Schatz is down there, and that, okay.
Stuff comes out of there. But as far as like talking to Slocum last night, kind of looks like the Outlaws are looking at a wicker bill change.
Oh.
Just like a 1 inch limit.
Okay.
Which is, so then we're going to have that conversation.
Okay.
What we're going to do. We're fine. We could probably keep ours open, but limit it to like 2 inches or whatever. But that'll be a conversation piece that we're going to do this week. Trying to think what else Slocum and I talked about last night.
Are tires always an issue?
They can be if they do like last year when they introduced a completely new left and right rear compound, that was kind of a thing. But we kind of open ours up to use up our old supply, and then we kind of the next year move into whatever Hoosier currently has.
Okay. Chris says Amanda's the fire crew's hero.
I love those guys.
What do you do to be their hero?
I don't know.
Just being you.
They're all my friends. I love those guys.
PRI is Performance Racing Industry.
That's
Thank
what
you,
it
Brenton.
is. Thank you.
Scotty Iverson, good morning, everybody. Glad to see everybody's tuning in. And again, we are not on YouTube. We got thrown in YouTube jail again. We are a second-time offender. If it happens again, I believe we are banned for life.
Oh, gosh.
The way it sounds, but they have no sense of humor, and their fact finders are not true fact finders. Oh boy, look what the wind drug in.
Yep, drugging.
Here, we'll do this for him. We got the crickets going for you now, buddy.
I'm coming.
We already said you're starting to row back for being late to stage.
I like the back row challenges. That's all good.
Yeah.
He likes that number 8 pill.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
Tail and back row challenge.
You learn to love it when you get it all the time. So
There's like a notch in it there so he just knows which one to take now.
There you go. How you doing, man? Right when you're trying to take a drink of water.
No, you're good. I'm doing great. Just kind of a crazy day at work, so
Yeah.
it took me a little bit to get out of there, but we're here now.
And I see you're not going to lose your door opener.
Oh yeah. You laugh, but this is the best bow tie you could ever have. You don't lose the thing, and it stays right where you need it.
He's probably got the yarn and the safety pins for his mittens on his sleeves too.
No, that's for my notes, so I don't forget stuff.
When I was in construction, everything in concrete we used or steel was Sharpie markers. So I would mark everything with a Sharpie marker, and a lot of times I would take them. They're always stuck in up here in your collar, and I would make 2 marks about that big, and I'd go home. And after 20 years, you should have seen how many Sharpie markers I had that were like brand new. I haven't been there for 10 years, and I still have a whole bunch of them. Oh, wow. We got a couple of pictures we want to show, too. I got a lot of pictures, actually. What's on deck? Do you know?
I got Amanda Joe's next here,
Okay.
and Mark's last. Which one would you like to go to?
Let's go to Amanda Joe's first, and I tell you what we want to do. You guys just chirp in when the pictures are there, and we'll just talk about what these pictures are. Okay, there we go.
You know what I love is having a best friend who takes pictures, by the way.
Yeah.
Because he gets these moments, and then he sends them to me, and I'm like, I didn't even know that happened.
That is a great pick.
who is that?
Oh, that's Sean Jr. right there.
No, who's the best friend that takes the pics? I have no idea. who
Mike
you're
Speaker.
Talking about. Oh, okay. There we go. Thank you. I was going to ask for that.
He doesn't know it yet, but he got promoted.
Oh,
I'm always for sale, so.
So camping, that was our first official camping trip.
and that was just right on east side, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Had to test everything out,
Sure.
including s'mores, of course.
Including your stomachs.
Oh, I have this thing with the kids. Every track we go to, I like to capture this picture every year at least once. Mm-hmm. And I have them in my house.
Yep.
This is Greenbush.
Yeah, that kid's getting some long hair.
We should see it now.
I wasn't quite. At
got
first,
a
I thought it
mullet.
was somebody else, but I'm not going to say who. I don't want to piss anybody off.
He's got a mullet right now, shaved down on the sides and everything.
Hey, we call that Canadian.
He loves it. So that is actually, he's working, I'm not. I'm usually just standing there.
Okay.
It's my job to
Checking
let him know.
Facebook.
Yeah, she's on her phone.
Yeah, usually. Because someone's probably texting me about something they're bitching about tonight.
Somebody's pissed about something.
This was all hands on deck in turn 3 because Donnie was probably
gone.
He was probably just parking at S&S. He was probably 10 minutes behind.
And sometimes they let me and Tanner do things. So
Yep.
that was Tanner and I actually getting to do
Okay.
something.
I was just glad you matched.
We matched, yes.
So
Okay, so this is Hal and Sean teching, but I think it's Hallie more teching than Sean. He supervises now.
Oh, I thought he was learning. Looked
He
like he
probably
was
wa-
learning.
He probably could have learned a thing from
Okay,
her.
Dad, listen up.
this one's actually really funny. I just tagged this one here the other night. That is not a lightning sprint. They were helping the
305s
the
that night.
IMCA, the 305s.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
The Red River Sprint Series.
Because there's like all sprint cars and nobody was there to tech. Like, so when all sprint cars come, River Cities doesn't tech anything.
Oh, okay.
So then Mike's like, oh, I need someone. Hallie's like, I got it. So if you look on Hallie's phone,
Yeah.
on it, it has 3 different weights written, like on her screen. She has 305,
Oh,
NOSA,
okay.
and Lightning Sprint.
Sure,
So
sure.
she knows what the weights are supposed
Earlier
to
in the year, it was kind of tough for Mike because he was literally the only one, I think, on the 4 sprint car
Yep.
night, and he was taking outside shots in 2. He'd scramble down, he'd do the weight, come back up, shoot, and do all that. So
That's a photo you took.
yeah, it's Greenbush. That's the July 6th or
That's a
whatever.
good pick.
That was right before he wrecked that car. That wing.
Literally a lap or
Yes.
2 before.
Oh, wow.
He wrecked that wing. That's those two. That's in their summer element now.
No, that was Itasca.
Itasca.
I was going to say, it looks like Itasca.
Yep, they love Itasca. So that was Hallie's announcing debut that night.
Yeah, that's right.
She
Wow.
she had a blast. I had people come up to me and say, "Hey, you did a good job." I'm like, "That wasn't me."
Yeah, yeah. Well, it's like your little twin.
That's
It
my
really
twin.
is. And what a great I don't know if you want to call it a tribute farewell shot from Chad.
Right.
That's a great pick.
It was nice that Chad got to win the Chad Hoff Classic. I'm
Right.
angling for that to get renamed. That,
Yeah.
So.
I think
Yeah.
there was some setups in the field.
Yeah.
They're like
Oh, that was
everyone wanted to keep Rugi behind, so like they're all blocking Rugi because that's the only bus that could
Yeah.
actually beat.
That was as
anyone.
good of a race as the Chris Paul Mike Tyson fight right there.
Hashtag rigged.
There we go.
That was the last race night.
Steven, you look so stoked.
It was a long night.
Oh, I get it.
It didn't end there.
I don't want
Oh,
to.
all right. We'll go back to those after a while.
I want to go ahead and go out on a limb and say I'm the first track photographer to shoot pictures with a fire suit on.
Yeah, you probably
'Cause I
are.
went from the race car to the infield after that. So.
Guys still texting in. Good morning, guys and gals. Travis Strandell. Tanner in charge is trouble, but better than Billy. Mark Dobmeier just walked in to the studio, and I know you have been busy. We got some really good pictures coming up too. But how's the off season treating you?
You know, it's been good. It's been it's a busy season still. It seems like whenever I get a little slow time, I make it busy no matter what. So it's
yeah.
you know, shop's clicking and banging. We're really busy over there. It's Forks Radiator, and then the kids are Jackson's starting to get into basketball a little bit now, and Ty play a lot of football this fall, and
It's his birthday today.
Oh yeah, that's right, Austin.
Austin's birthday. Hey, you know who else's birthday is?
Who?
Ty Nato Dobmeier.
Oh,
Ty's
that's
birthday
right.
today.
Okay, hold your thought.
Yep.
Oops, that's not what I wanted. Hold that thought.
Throw a block party down there then, since you're all having birthdays at the same time. Or?
You know, there's gonna be a little party this weekend. Ty's got some friends coming over on Saturday, so we'll get together.
You know, when you have your little get-togethers, I wish you'd quit. Don't Snapchat me anymore because I'm jealous. It's like I just want to drop everything and say, Lori, I'm leaving for a while and go. You guys like to have fun. I know. You know, I still got the trophy in my shop or my garage from having fun over there, but. There's usually not too many dull weekend nights at your house. Even if it's just the family, you guys like to get out and you're not gamers by any means, are you?
No, Ty and Jackson, they get in a little bit into the Xbox and stuff, but we're little simulators. We like little simulators, the iRacing and stuff. But yeah, we like to be out and about and do stuff. So we'll go out riding 4-wheelers and whatever we can do, just have some fun. You know?
So who wrecked the 4-wheeler?
Yeah, Ty had a little accident the other day. Ty is he's one that scares you, but he always seems to keep control somehow. He looks like he's out of control, but
On
he
the
usually has
edge,
control. He found the edge the other day.
Okay.
So we kind of have a you could almost call it a drift track around our yard. So it's around the driveways. It's an oval shaped, and so we're racing sideways all the time around it, bumping each other and slide jobs and all that kind of stuff. And Ty found out where the track got a little wore out, and there was some concrete. And he happened to be sideways, so he did a little crappie flop. So luckily he didn't get hurt or anything. He had his helmet on and everything. We are safe with all the stuff we do. So he had his helmet on and that, so he didn't get hurt. But last night I actually got out the drill and some zip ties and the welder, and we
got her back together.
Fixed that four-wheeler up. It's black and red now because I didn't have any red duct tape, but it's fixed up and ready for the races again.
For him, black and red.
Are the boys getting competitive with each other now, or not? Because I mean, Jackson's, of course, he's a little more up there than I think Ty is, just because he's been doing it longer. But is there a competitiveness between the two yet?
A little bit, not too much. Jackson's got that competitive drive, and he's kind of in Ty. He's more like, I'm just here to have a good time.
Yeah, Jackson isn't going to let Ty win, though, is he?
No, not a bit. That's why I usually help out, and I kind of get Jackson out of the way a little bit sometimes.
Sure. Let's see what we got for pictures here, because we got some good ones. And
this could be scary. Who knows what's coming up here?
Sent him, Jackie.
Yeah, and oh, by the way, my wife made the comment the other day. We've got our Christmas card from the Dobmeyers. Spelled you got my name right. For the first time, you got my name completely right.
Yeah,
she goes, this can't be. And I said, what?
I was against that, but I lost.
She's like, this can't be. And I go, what? From the Dobmeyers. I go, why can't it be? They got your name right. I said, okay.
Yep.
That's a great pick.
Yeah, this is our fall pictures from this year. It's right down by the Red River, actually, kind of down below Blue Moose and that. So.
That's a really good pick.
Yeah, and the funny part is we're sitting there taking pictures, and Ty, he's picking out fishing spots. So actually, right behind there, he's like, Dad, this would be a good fishing spot
He's
the whole
really
time.
tall, by the way.
Yeah, he's really sprouting up. So, yeah, you bet. Yeah, there's that.
And I didn't want to get now. Those pictures don't look good because there's blood, but that's how catfish are. Their mouths are like leather shoes or boots. They just get a little blood. They're perfectly fine, but
they can handle it.
Yeah, that was a legitimate double we caught out on the river this year. We usually get to go out once or twice a year, and I do feel like I have a part of Ty being the way he is in fishing now, but. Boy, you can tell by just looking at everybody's face there how much fun we're having.
We're having a blast. That's one trip where we look forward to. The fall is the time where you get a little break from racing.
Yeah.
And I do a lot of hunting, a lot of fishing, and we jam a lot of stuff in here in the fall. And now Ty's getting geared up for ice fishing. So.
Oh, sure. And I still have a deer to shoot. I got till Sunday to shoot one yet. So
Jackson's been going out. He's can finally pull back enough on his bow.
Oh,
so
okay.
He's,
sure.
He got a buck earlier in Minnesota with a rifle, and then
we're gonna see that too.
He got a doe in North Dakota, and now he's gonna go for one more here. So
get a muzzle loader. That's what I'm doing.
Yeah, we're trying.
There we go. Look at that.
Oh yeah, there he is.
Look at that. Now I have been deer hunting for 40 plus years, 45 years probably. This kid is 12 years old. He goes out, shoots his first buck, and gee, go figure. You can see the number 13 race trailer behind there in the merch trailer. That is a legitimate 13-point buck right there, folks.
Wow.
Yeah,
and he's ruined from fishing and hunting from that. Well, unless you go to Florida and catch yourself one of them big ocean fish. But wow, walk us through it. How do you get that thing?
It was amazing. Well, I found out that just last year that the kids can get a buck tag in Minnesota for $1, and I thought
so youth season,
yeah, youth season. And I thought, let's try it out.
Buck, buck for a buck.
So I have a guy in Minnesota that I know a lot very well, and he said he had a deer stand. He doesn't hunt anymore. So then I asked him, hey, you care if I take Jackson out and sit in the deer stand? Yeah, no problem. So we literally went down there, had no clue what was what, and didn't have any idea. We just went and sat in the stand just to see what happens, and it wasn't 2 hours into the first night of the hunt, and this big buck walks out. He couldn't have got any luckier, but I tell you what, it was just one of them great moments. I really enjoy hunting, especially when you get to do it with your kids.
Oh, God, yeah.
And then you get to the moment where you get to make a shot, and everything goes down, and just the adrenaline rush and everything that gets. It's like a moment every time, no matter how many times you've done it. It's a
Kodak moment.
It's a moment that you feel, and it's the energy's high. It's just awesome.
And I mean, you could just tell by your face when you're telling us this story how exciting it is. And anybody with kids, we all know about that. Anything else? What do we got here? Let's see. Okay, that was us last year, Buffalo Wild Wings.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's on the kind of the meet and greet we usually have right
Yep.
before usually the Outlaw shows. We put everything
For
on
the
display
Outlaw
right
show,
Right at Buffalo Wild
I made
Wings.
sure I wore my Crocs that matched your car, just so everybody was
Yeah,
happy
looking
there.
Good, looking good.
Yep.
Boy, Jax was even sporting the muscles there, wasn't he?
Oh, yeah, look at
Tank
that,
top
yeah.
on. Holy smokes!
I
Spindles.
thought that was Joey Bro for a minute.
You bet.
There. Okay, now that is a great pick. I think, Steven, you must have sent that one. Explain, if you would, the two-seater. We've tried to, but I don't know if we've ever had a picture of it on the show or not. But that is... that's pretty much a legitimate sprint car, but it's just got a seat in the back. Tell us about this car and what you do with it.
It is. This is a typical me project, I guess. Like I said, I always keep myself busy all the time. Well, one winter I had a little extra time, so we decided that it'd be cool to. We saw a few of these two-seater sprint cars out and about, so we thought it'd be cool to build one. So we got after it and built one up one year, and we've had it for a while. At first, we had some driveline issues, so it didn't go so great right away, and then we kind of got all that sorted out. So now we got a cool deal where we can give people rides on the racetrack. You're actually at pretty much full race car speed. In fact, this year there was one person that we got into, or a couple people we got into the 10-second bracket.
Yeah, you were 10 seconds, yeah.
Yeah,
I've seen that Jeremy's added that the time will click off when you're out there now. So
yeah,
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, and
I
if the
didn't know
track's just right, we can get them below a 10-second deal. But what we do is we've done several different ways of doing it, and to raise money for charities and whatnot. And what we decided to do now is we basically, I'll donate a few to different benefits throughout the year that we give out, but then people can actually just buy a ride to get into it.
Sure.
And we try to do 3 nights or 3 rides a night. And they're $300 a ride is what we charge. But I take all that money and I just stick it in a separate. I set a separate checking account. Everything goes into there. And then if somebody gets hurt or if there's a need for somebody in the racing community, we'll dish some money out. And for
That's a good deal.
For instance, Dick Minsky's family, after this year, we did a couple extra rides, a couple quick things, and we ended up raising like $2,500 for her. And
That is
just a couple
super.
weeks, so.
That is super. And, you know, when you talk about a 10-second lap, that is hauling ass. 'Cause I remember this now. No, we've said this story before, but I love to repeat it because I was going to be the first guy to be in that car, and my doctor wouldn't let me, so you took, what's his name, and he took a little nap on you. Remember that? Yeah, remember that?
Yep.
It knocked him out cold, but...
Yeah, he's one of the first riders. We got to do a little story on this.
Okay, okay.
One of the very first riders in this was Darren Razor, also known as D from NYC.
Yep.
Who was a gentleman. He used to bring a lot of Cadillacs into the radio shop. I'd fix them up for him, and then over time he had a little problem at the correctional center that I'd help him out with a couple times, and then he. I don't know how you say it. Had to go away for a couple of years, and he came back to visit us again. So,
Okay.
but literally, like the week he came back to visit us, I got a Cadillac fixed up for him. I said, come out to the races, you know. Well, then when he couldn't sit in the seat, I said, hey, D, hop in there. Let's go for a ride, you know. So we strapped him all into the back seat and put a GoPro on there. And so we had a GoPro on him, and he went around it was about a 5-lap increment. Well, he went around for like 1 or 2 laps, and you could kind of see him, you know, he's holy, you know, it's just kind of getting, okay, this is real. Well, then all of a sudden, about lap 3-4, you kind of see him, and he's starting to get a little woozy, and his hand goes up, and all of a sudden his head drops.
Oh no. Passed right out.
He passed right out. Well, then as I hit the corners and stuff, he had like the perfect. He looked just like a bobblehead in the back of this car. It's all on YouTube. It actually it hit the YouTube ad. I'll have to try. It used to be on our Facebook, but then our Facebook got hacked. So
Yep.
I'll have to find it. I'll try to repost it on our Facebook. But he legitimately passed out and went for a ride for 2 laps with his head bounced around like a bobblehead.
Oh
And,
my gosh.
has that happened a lot? Or
that's the only time. Only time it's
Okay.
happened, but it just goes to show you. I mean, it's the true race speeds.
I mean,
a lot of G forces. We put a different seat in there now that kind of contains your head a little bit better.
Sure.
I mean, I wouldn't doubt it that a couple people maybe pooped themselves a little bit, but they're probably not going to go telling Mark that. So you can just tell after they get the fire suit off, when they tight cheek it walking away from the trailer, you probably know they're going to the porta potty right away.
I've never seen a frown coming out of that. That's the part I enjoy the most is after the ride when you give a chat with them. We talked to them a little bit, and it's just to see the excitement on their face. It's awesome.
We're getting ready. We're going to take a little break. We've got a lot more picks coming up. Living Like Outlaws. Wes, hey, gang. Wes, I actually went to a hockey game. How about that? I didn't know he had it in him. We'll be back. Dirty Thursday brought to you by River City Speedway in just a minute. Hold on. Life doesn't ever seem to slow down. Everything needs to be done right now. Well, when it comes time for an oil change, stop into Valvoline Instant Oil Change. You know, most changes are done in about 15 minutes. Valvoline Instant Oil Change does more, too. tranny and coolant flushes, tire rotations, and batteries. And included in your oil change, they're going to top off your fluids, check your tires, battery, lights, wipers, and cabin air filter too. And you get discounts for fleets and the military. You know, they can text and email invoices and coupons and mention Grand Forks Best Source and get $10 off your oil change. Valvoline Instant Oil Change. They're open Monday through Saturday with no appointment needed. Pickup and delivery is also available if you live in Grand Forks. And Valvoline Instant Oil Change is now hiring. If you'd like to join their team as an assistant manager, customer service rep, or lube tech, stop in to find out more. Valvoline Instant Oil Change for a complete oil change and more. They're at 3325 South 38th Street or call them 701-780-8462 and make sure you tell them Grand Forks Best Source sent you. Hey, I said maybe, by the way. I could bump you off the track. There we go. Tori Martin, hey man. Tori's watching down in Florida. I know Bobby was out the other night. I think they ran into some issues, but looking forward to finding out more about that. Daryl Works, one of our Canadian friends. Good morning, John, Mark, guests, crew, and everyone. Possible date for IRA versus NOSA this summer. Rock the Country at Sioux Falls looks great in the middle of July. Hopefully not conflicting dates. Racing will win out, though. And we kind of hit on it at the beginning of the season, or at the beginning of the show, beginning of the season, why River City Speedway doesn't have their schedule out yet. Because we're dealing with certain people in certain boards about certain things, if you will. Anyway, should we throw some more picks out there? And we'll just see what we got going on, and you guys can keep rolling here. Makes my job that much easier.
Oh, boy. That must have been Florida.
That's looking like Florida.
Florida, yeah.
There you go.
That's at the Beniti Bait Shack, actually, just not too long ago. My parents go to Florida for the wintertime. They usually leave right after Halloween. Mm-hmm. And then they come back. They came back actually 2 days ago. They come back for Ty's birthday, Christmas, and they go off again. Well,
sure.
My mom turned 70 years old this year.
Yeah.
And my wife was on the computer like the week before, just happened to find some reasonable tickets and whatnot, and she got this kind of wild idea, and I'm like, yeah, let's do it. So we, so the wife and the kids, we all just jumped in and jumped on an airplane and went to Florida without them knowing.
Oh, for cool! Just showed up.
Complete surprise. My sister happened to be out there on a vacation, so we could kind of like do the timing.
Okay. Well, to make sure you didn't walk in on your folks, you know.
Absolutely. So we
Ty, get out of here.
We showed up there on a Saturday, and they were in the back area in the pool swimming, playing pool basketball and stuff, and the kids came around and jumped right in. And
for cool.
The reaction my mom made was just absolutely hilarious. So she's one person that never asked for anything, does a lot, you know. And doesn't never had no huge parties or nothing, you know, but just this type of thing is perfect for her.
Yeah,
so
she kind of just lays back in the weeds and soaks it all in, doesn't she?
She does a lot. So she really enjoyed this one. So the kids jumped in and she couldn't even say anything. She just started screaming like a little schoolgirl, like just screaming. Couldn't quit it. It was
Jackie
hilarious.
shared a video of that. That was cute.
So it was fun.
Jody Borg and Dan are watching Living Like Outlaws. You should get that wild idea for Dirt Car Nationals, Mark. Yeah. All right, let's see what else we got here. This is a good idea. Okay, we had to get that one in there because Mark Dobmeier is dragging his boys to Hooters now.
Well, this is, see, you know, like I said, my sister was there, so the timing wasn't going to be quite right.
She had to kill some time.
Okay, there's only one thing I'm concerned about here. You just had burgers, though, right? You can't have wings there, right? Like that.
Of course.
That would have been the only bad thing.
That would have been a conflict of interest.
But it just so happened there was a Hooters right there. I'm like, well, what? We might as well stop and eat, you know? So
Yep.
And then so it was good. Jackson got a T-shirt and a calendar. And,
Jackson looks like he's really uncomfortable.
Yeah, you bet. So no, it was a good time. So we stalled for a little bit and went to Hooters, and then surprised my folks.
Good pick. There we go.
Boy.
I had to get that one.
Oh boy, that's an oldie there.
You know what? I believe that might even be
that's your
from
first race car, isn't it?
That's when the first deer hunt went wrong.
That's me and my twin there.
I think is that maybe your honeymoon?
I think it probably was that, or probably was.
You look like you're about 18.
Yeah. What do you mean I don't anymore? Or what?
Well, now you look like you're 28. How's that?
We'll go with that. Yeah. Random trip in Jamaica there, and
Okay.
And me and my sister have called each other ass for years.
Yeah. Yeah.
So there's always been kind of a donkey thing. So we there happened to be a donkey standing there, so I had to take a picture as I was drinking a red stripe there.
My wife and I, we rode donkeys down a mountain in Greece, and yeah, it was something that was really cool. Amanda, are you now? If are you going to step back a little bit from the NLSA? Are you still going to continue doing what you've been doing with them?
I'll still continue.
Okay, so you will be NOSA and NLSA still.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
I'm gonna do both again.
Okay. Okay. Are you won't be at the track as much, or
I will. Fridays I'll still be doing.
okay? Now, when you guys go to say like Greenbush or somewhere like that, do you guys ever drag the camper with
Yeah,
and
we-
just hang out that way?
Many times we did
Okay.
this last year.
Oh, that'd be the way to
We
do
spent
it.
the whole week of the 4th there. We stayed on the motocross side.
Oh,
'Cause
okay.
Dylan Langevin he leases that.
Oh, sure,
So
sure.
then we just put our generator on and we spend the week with them. It
Now,
was
has
pretty fun.
anybody heard anything about Greenbush? All I know is there's been some changes.
Oh, they're going. They already got a schedule getting going. and
Okay. Okay.
I guess I could share some news. That
Yeah. Go
I
ahead.
think there's some news about Greenbush.
There is
isn't
news about Greenbush.
Okay,
You are correct.
okay.
We do have a date. We are coming back for the first time since what,
Applause.
2019? 2019 is
Yes.
the last time
Wow.
I was there. Yes.
I made it back from Greenwood, Nebraska for that race.
I believe it's.
Drove overnight for
I
it.
think we're looking in August.
Okay. Just the one time this year.
So far, yes.
Okay. Okay.
Well, we're in discussion.
Okay.
Mode still.
All right. I just knew there were some changes. I haven't really heard a whole lot from them since, so I want to get them on the show to find out more about that stuff.
Ronnie's chipping away on scheduling.
Yep.
And, Dylan and Katrina are helping him with that.
Okay.
He's got shaping up to be a pretty good schedule actually.
Good. Good. Dale, do we still have pictures?
That's all.
Okay, that was it. All right, I want to start talking winter plans. You're safe. You're safe.
I'm saying.
Winter plans. Are you going to do any winter racing? It seems like you probably won't. I'm guessing. I don't know.
I have nothing on the schedule as of now.
Okay,
I know
but something could come up.
Something could come up. There is, I know, high limit racing that will be around the Arizona area. Mm-hmm. Actually, happens to be at Casa Grande.
Okay. Yeah.
Last time I was there, it got a little hot. But
Yeah, it did.
Oh, was that Casa? Oh, okay.
Yeah, but yeah, so there, I mean, something could potentially shape up. We might get something in, but as of right now, we're just gearing up and getting ready for next year. We got a couple cars built already. And
Oh, you do?
Yep, guys been working in the shop every Monday. We just get out there and keep kind of trudging through everything. And
So Monday's the day to go out to the shop and bug you.
yep,
All
absolutely.
right, I
We'll
know
be
where
out
I'm
there
going
for
on
sure.
Monday. Yeah, that's awesome. As far as kids in sports, are your kids playing sports again this winter?
Yes, Jackson just started basketball.
Okay.
And then Ty Man, he was a big football player this fall.
Yep.
Yeah, he's got his pads and came out right away, and he said he's going to humble his brother.
He said it like Hulk Hogan, too.
He said that. I swear. So
I'm going to humble my brother.
Actually, I ran into Chad Hoff there. He was a really involved with youth football
Yeah,
stuff.
yep,
there.
yep,
So,
yep.
But Ty, he was talking to everybody, so he's of course the last kid in line to get his pads.
Oh, sure.
And I sat there and waited like 2 hours for him. you
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
Well, he finally comes out, last one. He's got all his pads. He's all geared up, all excited. First year with pads and everything. And he gets out and he looks at me. He goes, "I'm going to humble my brother." That's all he had to say. It's classic.
That is good stuff. How did he like it after the season was over? Does he like football?
Oh yeah. He's into it. He likes it. So
Okay. And what about you? What do you do all winter long?
Archery started.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Now, is your son into it now too?
He's not on a team, but he does go to the range and shoot.
Okay. And when you say a team, is it for school she
Yep.
shoots on a team? So who does she shoot for? And tell us a little more about that because she's getting pretty good.
Yeah, she's doing very well. She's goes to Sacred Heart. This is her, oh my gosh, 4th year.
Mm-hmm.
4th year. Sean will be his 2nd year coaching. It's their thing. They do it together.
Sure.
Hidson's in Grand Forks Public School System, and they don't have an archery team.
Yeah.
So he just goes to the range and shoots. But
Okay.
yeah, Hallie she hit all of her highs last year. I think she shot at 250
Wow.
in 3D.
Yeah.
Which is more impressive than a bullseye, because bullseye I feel like it's easier.
Okay.
She likes 3D.
Okay.
She likes shooting at the animals.
Yeah.
That's her thing.
Wow.
She's very good.
That is awesome. What do you do all winter, Steven?
Draw for Superior Customs, pretty much.
Yeah. Well, you're busy anyway.
Lot of drawing, lot of tagging here the last couple days. So
Yeah, and you're a hockey fan. I see you repping the Jets. You know what? I was actually rooting for the Jets the other night.
good.
I
because-
know that's hard to believe, but I was. But
Well, it was nice to send them home 8-1 losers.
wasn't that something? I thought that was
an
incredible.
enjoyable.
And then when they were
little
down
watch.
6-1, they started getting chippy. You know, their enforcer takes out the rookie, and he's going to fight him. One punch drops him. You know, you feel good about that, and I sure would not feel good
And then
about
we
that.
put 2 more on them. So.
Yeah, there you go. Chris wants to know, Mark, any thoughts of Jackson moving to a lightning sprint?
Probably not. We'll see. Kind of see how things go. He's still running the flat or the wing cart
Yep.
at the go kart track and a flat cart, and this year that'll be the plan, and we'll kind of just see how he develops and whatnot. But when I was younger, I took the step. I went right from go karts to the 410 sprint.
And I
car.
would imagine that's what he would do. Well, I mean, because you're going to be there all the time anyway.
Yep.
You know, or at least until you decide you're going to step back and let him take over. I'm assuming that's what maybe you will do in the future if that's what he wants to do.
As long as he keeps his head on straight, absolutely.
And gets good grades.
That's right.
Yeah, well,
That's right.
there's got to be.
Well,
I mean,
it's not too long ago. Someone had to get straight A's their
Yeah.
senior year to take over the race car. I
That's
don't
true,
remember the name. Do
True
you
story,
do you
true
remember?
story, Yeah.
yeah.
So, yeah.
I remember that. I remember well how that all started. Okay, now the banquet is coming up on Saturday. Jade Hastings, of course, our NOSA champion. Nick Umdahl second. Mr. Dobmeier here finishing third. Jack Croker fourth. Colton Young finishing in fifth. Right there, I think that's worth a little bit of applause. Boy, I tell you what, the guy showed up every week, and he's getting better and better all the time. So that was good. Tori says Stephen Lewis is a bum in winter.
Okay, Florida man.
Okay, Florida man.
When you hear things about Florida man now, it's him.
Okay,
And what is
so-
Tori?
Yeah, okay, Tori, what are you doing this winter? He's a bum in the sun in the winter. How's that? That's a little bit better. Now, who helps you with your car? You talk about the guys coming out on Monday nights. You're at the shop, and I know you've got guys all over that jump in when they can. But boy, I tell you what, you've got some guys. We saw, in the picture there with Buffalo Wild Wings, and of course, he's been with you, I believe, since day one.
Yep.
And okay.
First of all, I got my awesome family behind me.
Oh, sure.
Can't forget about my
Yep.
wife and Jackson and Ty and my parents that help out quite a bit, and her folks help out with different stuff quite
Sure.
a bit. And then the hard crew, Wyatt and Ethan, are the two main guys that are
Yep.
there like all the time.
Okay.
Like, every weekend, pretty much, they're going to be there. I have a lot of other guys with like Billy and Terry that help out. Aaron, Travis, Steve, Brandon Bicey from New Ulm, who's actually he's actually my brother. We found out that nobody really knew that, but he's my brother.
Huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, when when I broke my back the first time to
Yeah.
get in the hospital, it was COVID. You had to be a direct family
Oh.
relation. So he happened to be down there, and he just, without any hesitation, he goes, "Oh, he's my brother, Mark."
Oh.
Okay. So he got in the hospital. So ever since then, my parents even call him my brother and everything. He's been down to visit my folks in Florida.
Oh,
and,
wow.
Yeah. Yeah. So Brandon and Heather in New Ulm, they jump in and help out a lot here and there, and then. We got a good crew in Sioux Falls as well with Dave Lunstra that helps out, as sponsors the car and also helps
Yep.
out, and Nate down there as well, and just a lot of friends and family that just kind of pitch in and help out, and some pick up over here and some pick up over there,
Sure.
and it just it takes all of them to be able to run this deal and put on as many miles, race as much as we do. So
Well, I am going to tell you this. After doing the usually 2 gigs a summer with you at Buffalo Wild Wings, I've only got a couple of weeks to use a whole lot of coupons. So, yeah. And your sponsors.
yes, number one and foremost, Buffalo Wild Wings, who's helped me a lot get going and keep everything rocking and rolling here all the time. Also, DeKalb Seed. I got a story when we get to the go-karts about DeKalb Seed, by the way.
Okay.
When we get to the banquet talking
Okay.
about the go-karts. But,
Remember that.
yeah. GLB Transport, Kello Trucking, Snap-on Tools, K-Star Ag Services, Lunster Motorsports, Forks Radiator, Danielle's Cleaning Service. Everybody on this car just helps out make this whole thing work. It's a whole team effort.
And your sponsors have been with you for the majority of them for a long time.
Yes, and actually, I did pick up a new one this year that helps
Okay.
out a lot too. Is Brentco Cleaning Equipment out of Fargo.
Oh, there you go. All right.
yes.
Give another little round of applause
They,
for you
they
there.
provide us with a floor scrubber that's keeping that shop nice and clean all the time.
Oh,
So,
nice.
yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah. So is your shop, are you one of those guys where you could basically eat on the floor naked if you wanted to because your shop is that clean?
I wish, because that's what I go for all the time, but it never happens.
Yeah. I mean, I've
I get way too many projects and too much stuff.
Yeah,
going
I've
on
seen
to get
Ty
that
try to
point.
do it a few times, but that was a few years back.
Yeah.
Tori says to say hi to Sandy.
Oh, yeah.
There you go.
Hello, buddy.
Now with Sean, who helped him out? I mean, was he basically a one-man show, or the kids help, or did you help? And who did that? And name his sponsors. We got to give him a little thank there.
I don't remember his sponsors right now.
Okay.
I'll look it up. You take care of
Thank
the
you.
crew.
Auto Finance, Super Center, I was one. Right?
Yes, that's
yeah.
our
Yep.
main sponsor. Ewing Oil. I'm trying to think who else. KMB
KMB.
Manufacturing. I'm just thinking on the car.
DQ East Grand Forks.
Yes. Who else is on that car? There we go.
Oh, there you go. That helps.
Kobe.
Oh, Abico.
Cody. Yeah, Abco.
Oh, Abaco. Yep.
Cody Outdoor.
Kobe
Kobe
Outdoor.
Outdoor.
Kobe Outdoor. I'm sure who else is on there.
A sharp-looking car.
That's pretty much everyone.
Is that
Well,
for sale on Facebook right now?
Yes, it is for sale on
Is it?
Facebook right
Are we
now.
getting a new one or?
No.
Oh.
Sean just says he doesn't have time for it right now.
Oh.
He's going to step back for a while. If it sells, it sells. If it doesn't,
Then we're
it
racing.
doesn't.
Yes, he'll be
Yeah.
racing.
He'll
He
be
does.
racing.
not a sponsor, but that wrap was done at Superior Customs
Yes,
in
it was.
Fargo.
It was
Throw
designed
that one
in-
out there.
It's just throw that one out there. I love that.
Crew wise, it's Sean, and
Yeah.
then Dylan Langevin helps him with a lot of stuff, and then Hallie does all of his safety gear and stuff. She
Oh.
buckles him in the car because I'm never there when he
Yeah.
gets in the
Right.
car.
Right.
It's very far and few between. I even pay attention to him on a race night. Like I'm so busy doing everything else. Hudson, only thing he'll do is check tire pressures
Okay.
and add air if need to be. That's his only thing he'll do in the car. He doesn't want to touch anything.
Yeah. How old is your daughter?
She's 13.
Because she's like an old soul.
She is.
I mean, and I mean that in a good way. 13, to me, she's 13 going on 23.
Well, she's been traveling with Steve and I since, so 5 years ago. What is she? 8 years old.
Okay. And the reason I said that is not everybody will let a 13-year-old or trust a 13-year-old to strap them into a race car.
I trust her
And-
over me. I don't know what
Right.
I'm doing.
And that's what I'm saying. If it's to that point, and when you talk to her, it's not like talking to a typical 13-year-old kid. I don't know.
No.
I think she's old above her age or wise above her age.
Well, I
or
don't know many 13-year-olds that would step in line with these NOSA guys and be like, okay, she takes over my role quite often if I'm busy doing something, or with NLSA, she'll go take care of whatever she needs to. But she steps in as tech director quite often.
Okay.
Because Sean will be racing and like Aaron will be gone, so there's like no one to do anything. Hallie's like, I'll scale. I'll check tires.
Sure.
She knows what each tire on each car needs to be, and if I'll throw something random at her, I'm like, hey, tonight check helmets. She's like, got it. She knows how to check
Perfect.
helmets. You know, she's good with like checking belts for dates and stuff like
Mm-hmm.
that. She wants to make sure everybody's safe, but she's good at that stuff.
All right, I'm going to ask you all this question. Christmas plans, and what would you like more than anything for Santa to leave you under the tree, Stephen
Don't
Lewis?
start with I had an answer for this. I don't remember what it was now. Shoot. Yeah, I don't know.
Custom helmet for next year?
Hey, I have a helmet for sale.
Yeah, I don't know.
Do you have plans for Christmas? Is it?
Yeah, I'll be mom and Megan, and then my mom's family. My aunt's the director of the Myra Museum. You've had her, you've had her in here for Prime Steel.
Yep.
So we usually do that the Sunday before with that side of the family, and then just a normal. I think it's Christmas Day whenever
Okay.
we do that. So
Yeah,
nothing big. But
Like me, I'm from a very dysfunctional, functional family. Does that make sense? You know how it goes. You end up with 8 Christmases, and now this year a couple of them aren't going to happen. But Amanda Joe, what are your plans for Christmas, and what do you want under the tree?
I don't know.
good. At least I'm glad because I didn't have it. You got the crickets ready to go.
I don't know. We don't really. Sean and I don't do gifts, so
Okay.
We usually. I mean, I guess for me, my camper was my gift this year.
Man, I had a funny one yesterday too, and now I don't remember what it was, but
Okay.
We'll go to my mom's Christmas Eve. Sean's mom's Christmas Eve because we do church and then her house. And
Okay.
then Christmas with my mom.
Okay. Awesome. I ran into your mom somewhere recently. Oh, we talked about that already, though, didn't we?
Probably across.
Yeah, yeah. They were getting ready to go to the 4 Wide Nationals.
Yes.
Okay, there.
Yeah.
And you, sir, Christmas plans? Is it going to be a tropical Christmas? And
No.
what does Mark Dobmeier want under the Christmas tree this year?
First of all, I want a boatload of snow is what we need.
Oh.
We
Yeah,
need, we
okay.
need some snow so we get snowmobiling and we get the track shaped up around the yard. you know?
Yep.
But Christmas plans, we host a couple parties at the barn, so Jackie's family will come over, and we'll have a big party up there. A lot of them, if they have scoots or little four-wheeler stuff,
Sure.
they'll bring them out, and we'll have an absolute blast. So I always look forward to that. And then Christmas Eve, my parents' side comes over, and we have another big Christmas there. So we host a bunch of parties and have a lot of fun. So
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to it. So what I want is a boatload of snow so we can enjoy it a little more.
There you go. Brandon, by the way, says, I'm the younger and better looking brother.
There he is.
Mark, who's your favorite racer to go up against and least favorite? That's from Jared Lundeby.
That's a good question.
I don't know. I enjoy them all. They're all a different challenge, a different different thing.
Is there somebody you just really want to beat? Or does it matter? Whoever it is in first place?
No, it's whoever's ahead of you.
Yeah.
It doesn't. I don't really have any. Whatever. Yeah. it's
How about,
kinda
do you have a least
the-
favorite?
The guy in front of me, I guess.
And when it comes to a least favorite, I know there are guys that used to be your least favorite, and I'm imagining nobody has moved them out of the way.
There's guys that you just race. I just race guys the way they race me at the end of the day. And if they want to race you dirty, I'll race them dirty. That's how it goes. But there's guys over the years that have stuck in my mind.
And does the one even race anymore?
Huh?
Does the one even race anymore?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, yeah.
Nice try.
Stephen, with all the people you talk to, and you too, Amanda, Joe, is there anybody where you just go, oh man, I got to go talk to this guy, and I'm kind of dreading it? Or have you ever ran into that? Because
Not as many as there used to be, for sure.
Same.
Yeah. Things over the last couple of years have just been easier. I think
Okay.
overall, just kind of a different temperature. I think for everyone.
Yeah,
overall,
and
to be honest.
I think
so,
NOSA's really grown up a lot. I think
think
that
so,
we have
too.
first of all, we have a very good competitive group of guys there now.
Yes,
There's a lot
yes.
of guys that could win a race any given night,
And girls.
Exactly.
And girl, yeah, you're right.
Exactly. And I think it's kind of forming kind of back how it used to be back in the day when it's just a lot of guys go out and having fun together and help each other out and whatnot. So yeah.
And I'm really looking forward to Saturday. That is going to be
be fun.
so much fun.
I'm going to throw one out there quick. Brandon ran a 3:05 in Ada, right? Did you?
He did.
Did you
He
get
did.
to go down and watch that? Or?
Yeah, I was his butt scraper. Yeah, they last year at Ada when they came up there with another guy and they ran the 3:05 up
Yeah,
there.
was he a teammate with the Graphs by the look of it? The
Yes,
car looked the
I
same.
don't remember
so,
the guy. I don't remember
yeah.
the guy's name, but yeah.
His
But he
teammate
is
won
a-
it. So,
Yep.
yeah.
Okay, he is a sprint car driver, though.
Yep,
This
yep.
guy, your younger, better looking brother.
Exactly.
Okay, okay.
He is this year. He's going to step away from running 305s. So it sounds like they're probably not going to race this year. He's just going to try to come race with us a little bit more.
Oh, really?
So, yep.
Okay. What do you guys think of the 305s? I mean, I like them. I don't know. What do you think?
They're good. It's a stepping stone. I mean,
Yeah.
if any of it's good, as long as we have enough people to support it. Where there's
Sure.
enough people
Right.
to run 305s, enough people to run 410s, all that. And
Yep, that's-
I'd say over the last few years, you can see the sprint car deal growing and growing and growing.
Yeah.
And then as long as we get enough people to support it, I'm all
Well,
about it.
As far as NOSA goes, we're actually in that range of hitting probably B mains before we know it. Like our
wow.
our car growth, when we get the whole club together, we're over 24 now.
Oh, boy. Okay, okay.
And we have a few cars coming up this year as well, some new rookies that I'm pretty excited about out of the 305 class.
You know, every time it seems like somebody steps away from it every year, or one or two guys will, and I hate it when that happens because you think to yourself, how are we going to make these guys up? You don't just decide one day, hey, I'm going to go race sprint cars. I mean, but do you foresee that stuff coming, or and are you like me too when somebody new shows up? Like last year, we had some new faces, but. Does that bother you when you know somebody is going to step back or they're going to retire or they want to spend more time at the lake, which seems like a lot of people, that's why they stop.
I remember when we had Jade in here and we talked about that same thing or whatever. It was just like, it's not so much you miss them on the track, of course. Most of the time it's just like, then they're not going to be at the track as much.
Right.
You don't get to see them as much, so that's bothersome. But then it's also in a board member situation or whatever, you feel like a general manager of a sports team. It's like,
Right.
all right, who's the next one up? Do you start recruiting? Do you work your draft picks or
Yeah.
whatever? But we never really had many times where, it waxes and wanes. Like some years it'll be 24, the next will be 16, but it always rebounds. And
For sure.
And, so.
And by the way, I forgot, my apologies. I never wished you a happy birthday on the show. So it was your birthday, Sunday?
Yep.
Last Sunday. How about that? Yeah, how about that? Anybody else got anything going on here?
No.
I got a question for Mark. Jackson, heck of a year at go-karts this year. At one point, it looked like he was going for like the clean sweep there for the season. Just wondering what it was like there as that got to go on week after week, talking to him like before and after there for a heck of a season for him.
Yeah, he had a great year. The wing cart, he really excelled, and he won a whole lot there. The flat cart was it started off as kind of a struggle, then it got okay, then it turned to a struggle, and then kind of got okay. At the end, we had great speed again, so it was it's fun. It's go karts are just much work, if not more, to sprint car. I think so. It's
Does
to stay on top of it.
Does Ty
and
like
keep
to go
going.
to socialize? Because I see him chatting everybody.
Ty's
I don't see
Ty's
him
the
around.
party man.
He
I mean,
is.
that's all
I
there is to
don't see
it.
him around his car often. It's like his car is in place, ready for him to get into, but he's off.
Yep, talking
chatting.
to somebody, doing something. Yeah. Yeah, he's enjoying it though. We got him. We did take a year off there for a while, but he's back. He's back racing regular.
He's fun to watch.
He's enjoying it.
Would you
So
have liked to have?
Oops.
Would you have liked to have the winged option when you were doing it back in the day?
yeah, I mean it's cool. And the same thing with other classes. As long as you have enough people to support it. So that's. The
Does
main
he
thing.
notice a difference between the two of them? Is there a big difference?
A little bit. To be honest, it's the same. He's running the same motor, same class, and it's just wing cart versus flat cart. The biggest difference is you're slowed down a little bit because you got more weight, more restriction,
Right.
so it's a little bit slower. But the cart does react different and everything too. And
Sure.
it's groove tires, and you can't put anything on them, and it's just kind of a whole different.
I didn't realize they were grooved. Yeah, that'd be a pretty big difference too.
Is it really that much safer, the winged carts, or is it more of a feeling of being safer? You know what I mean? Especially for the moms out there.
Both, but it definitely is safer because they have a full containment seat.
Sure.
They do have a roll cage around it, and it's built to withstand it. Yeah, it wobbles around and it moves, but it will withstand the impacts. So it is definitely a little bit safer, but.
Okay.
I think I definitely would have lasted longer if they'd had them when I was around or whatever, because I had some pretty decent run-ins when I was, my couple of years.
Yeah,
So
I think the flat carts, if they get the right group, puts on better racing than the wing cart does.
Yeah.
But it's good. It's a good mix.
Are we seeing more kids getting into it now? Because I know before, and I've heard the conversation with parents saying, not until there's a cage over my kid's head will I let him do this.
There's 2 full classes of them, isn't there?
Yeah, there's a junior 1 and a junior 2 right now.
Okay.
And yeah, just in general, the go-kart still it's always been on a gradual rise, it seems like, and it's continuing on.
Oh, they got a great gig out there.
They do a great job
They
out
do.
there, and it's a great family event to get people out there and get interested. That's the best.
Yeah, I'm
the
trying-
best footprint in racing is right there, just to get started and get the feel of stuff and figure out how it all works before you get to a big track.
And my neighbors, Nate and Jenna, their daughter now, she's got the pink Barbie Jeep and all that stuff with the souped up battery in it because, he knows
Gotta
what
put
he's
the wall
doing.
batteries in there.
And that's kind of how Jackson kind of got his start. And she's getting good. And the problem is I'm trying to get them to go to the racetrack and just let her watch for a little bit and then jump into a cart at the end of the night and see how it goes because your first couple of years, you're not going to go broke. I mean, it's you got a kid in dance, or if you got a kid in any of those other sports, you're going to find out, or hockey. It's very similar
You
in
can
cost.
do it at any level you want.
Sure.
You go crazy on it, or you can do the same thing.
Yeah,
at
I mean,
this
couple
budget
grand,
here.
you could be out race ready.
Absolutely.
In the beginning classes. But
I think that happens a lot, though. Like I remember in back that interview Kenna did or whatever. I think maybe some kids and or some parents are just like, oh, we got to come in and win right away. It's like, no, just come out and run a heat race one night and then run 2 the next week.
don't
and just
be
take
that
it
parent.
slow. Like,
Yeah, don't be the parent where your kid's going to win the Hobie Baker and he's going to win the Cy Young and he's going to win the Heisman and he's
come
going
in
to
and
win the
take her slow.
NASCAR race. Yeah,
literally one lap at a time.
But
right.
The best thing is like what you said though. If you're interested in it all, just come out, watch the race. Afterwards, there's plenty of people that are more willing to let you drive the cart, and they have some time afterwards where they'll let you run on the track by yourself, run 5-10 laps, get the hang of it, see if it's for you or not.
Yeah, and
come
let's,
try it out.
the very beginning class, I actually took a video and I was showing my neighbor and he goes, well, you slowed that down. I go, no, I didn't.
Oh yeah, the beginning novice class is exactly meant for that, for the beginner.
And
it's that running speed for an adult, basically.
Right, and I wish I would have, I deleted the picture, but it was so cute because there's this little girl and with their helmet on, looked like dark helmet. It looked like the helmet was this big because these kids are so small.
Well, I always say that. I forget her name now, but like little Brooklyn Thompson. when she was doing it or whatever. She looked like a bobblehead. Like her helmet was at least 3 times bigger than her, you know. Like
And she was a darn good racer too.
Yeah.
She'd beat up on the boys all the time.
Oh, yeah.
Her and Jackson would kind of go at it a little bit. It's fun.
Heather McDonald says, we've been forgetting to call Steven all week. How the hell is it Thursday? Anyway, happy birthday, Steven.
Thank you.
Awesome show. Schwani must have figured out how to get it since we're not on YouTube. Can't wait for Mark to beat the sheriff at the fish fry again. And one more question. What's the story about sponsors for the go-kart, Mark?
Well, we're talking. I think he's one who wrote the Northern Air go karts.
Yeah.
What he's asking about.
Okay. All right.
Whenever
Okay.
you're ready, we'll get to that.
Yeah. We'll see what happens. Hopefully, I will be around for Dirty Thursday next week after the Saturday. We'll see.
So what we're talking. Well, let's just get it out of the way.
Okay,
So
okay.
first of all, our banquet is this Saturday at Northern Air. So it's a fun time. Everybody comes. We have our banquet, give the awards away, have a nice dinner and all that, and then of course everyone's licking their chops to get in the go karts. So after that, it's usually.
And I've never done it yet.
Go to the go-kart track and have a good time.
Yep.
And the go-karts there are absolutely phenomenal. Like,
Yeah.
you could not ask for a better thing in Grand Forks, in my eyes, anyway. They start you off on a certain level. Once you prove that you can take care of it, then they'll bump you up to, I think they'll start you an adult, then they'll bump you to a pro speed. And at pro speed, you're not just holding it down and ripping around the track. You actually have to drive the go-kart.
Yeah.
and
Well, is
keep
there
it-
even going to be a chance I get to race against you, really?
Oh yeah,
Okay.
there's a chance. But so the story goes, DeKalb Seed had a kind of a farmers a meeting there, I guess you could say. So they had a meeting, then afterwards, just kind of like a banquet.
Oh, okay.
They let
Yep, sure.
They rented the track and they let everybody
Yep.
have a good time. Well, they asked me, of course, you want to come? Well, obviously, I'm going to be there.
Sure.
Yeah,
Well,
let's do it. So we went there. We all had a good time and went out and raced some go-karts. And the guy that actually asked me to come ended up the next day had to go to the doctor to get a rib put back in place. So we might have had a little tangle up. We were getting a little aggressive.
Yeah, Mark
And,
you already started taunting the drivers group too. On the text message.
Oh, boy.
he sent that.
Egging them on. Yeah.
Yeah.
Too bad John can't help Mark at the fish. He runs his ass off. You guys sweat your butts off pretty good when you do that fish fry, don't you?
Yeah, that's a good time, and it's kind of a grudge
I know.
match usually between me and Schneider. But
You know what? I think that's got the fixins coming up here this winter. Maybe I should get you and Sheriff Schneider on at the same time, and maybe we can just see if they'll arm wrestle or something.
So
that could be pretty entertaining.
that 1 row penalty I was talking about for being late to the show today, we can apply that to Saturday, can't we?
Absolutely.
Let's do it. I'm in.
About the only way I got a chance in hell. How about that? You guys, I know you're busier than heck. Thank you for coming in. Mike Speaker we were going to try to get Mike in, and I thought, well, we haven't had Mark in for a long time, and so we got you here, and I'm glad we did. Amanda Jo in for her 18th time today. 18 times. How about that? Oops.
Wow.
There we go.
I think for Mark it's 12 or 11 too.
So you're getting up there too. We leaned on you a lot in the beginning, in the early years. I know that, but you guys, thank you for coming in. By the way, next week we're gonna get I believe McKenna Rommel's coming back up.
there we go.
Nice.
There we go.
Yeah, we were out at Stephen Lewis, Dale, the producer, myself. We went out to their end of the year party last weekend. Had a great time. Of course, she is the Wissota National Rookie of the Year in the Wissota B-Mods, the Wissota
she is.
Midwest Modified. So congratulations to her. She should be on the show next week. And then we're debating, we'll probably take a week off because it's going to be Christmas. But wishing all of you guys a Merry Christmas. I don't know what that look was for. Are your ears cramping up? There you go. Merry Christmas to all of you. Thank you all for coming in, everybody. Dirty Thursday brought to you by Rumor Sports Bar and Casino, right across the hallway here from the studios where you're watching Dirty Thursday. In fact, you can go catch the bus to the Fighting Hawks hockey game this weekend. It leaves 45 minutes early. It's $5. You get a free drink when you get back. It's a really good deal. And if not, you can go watch your favorite teams on one of their many wall-to-wall TVs in there. Let's see today. Go get any sandwich on the side for just $7. They got the great lunch dinner specials, $7 express lunch, rooms for parties, world-famous beer tower. It's all there, and they got that big gig coming up in February, too. We'll be talking about that soon. Rumor Sports Bar and Casino in the Grand Cities Mall. Have a great day, everybody. Catch you back here tomorrow morning. Remember to like, share, tag, and follow us. Hit that notification bell. You never miss a show that way. The Forks are awesome. Grand Forks' best source is giving the Forks their identity again.